Whoopi Goldberg just accidentally, I think, said the quiet part out loud. She stepped on a rhetorical rake that the Democrats broadly are stepping on when she observed that if President Trump can deport criminal aliens, if President Trump can deport these people who are breaking the law, then he can deport any one of them.
And you just got to keep your eyes open, y'all. Because if they can just come up and take somebody because they've made a decision that you're supposed to be that person, any one of us could find ourselves being deported to some country.
Don't give them any ideas, girl.
Well, listen, you know, it is very clear to me that if we don't continue to say, listen, I understand you want to clean out all the bad stuff. I get it. But why do you now have access to my personal information? I get what the things you're trying to do. I don't understand why you're taking my stuff, not my personally, but each and every one of you.
And your constitutional
rights of free speech. Which, you know, everybody says, you never let us say anything. We're, conservatives. And in fact, you're doing the same thing you are accusing everyone else of doing. And you're doing it in a way we've never seen before.
Okay, this is an amazing clip to me, and it really exemplifies the modern ethos of the Democrat Party. Nothing she said means anything. Nothing that Whoopi Goldberg said in that monologue, in that soliloquy, actually means anything. She opens up, she says, if Trump can deport criminal aliens, then he can deport any one of us. Or even let's give the most charitable reading we can. If Trump can deport, well, no, it's just talking about criminal aliens. But let's say we're not talking about the face tattoo guys. Let's say we're talking about that guy who was making a nuisance of himself at Columbia. Mahmoud Khalil, who's being deported for making a nuisance of himself, maybe committing crimes, but also just being broadly anti-American and leading the Palestine protests. Is Whoopi Goldberg a foreign citizen? Is Whoopi Goldberg not an American? I think she's an American citizen. I think all these women are American citizens. Trump can't deport you if you're a citizen. Trust me, it'd be nice if he could, but he can't. It's not going to happen. So that statement doesn't mean anything. If they can deport face-tattooed gangsters, they can deport anyone. That just isn't true. Then she says, why is the government getting all up in my personal information? And I assume what she's talking about, what she's alluding to, is Elon Musk and Doge going in and cleaning up corruption in the federal government, as many presidential administrations have done. And this crazy claim that Elon Musk now has access to our personal information, that the government broadly has access to our personal information. The government already has our personal information. If you pay your taxes, if you have a birth certificate, if you get a passport, if you have a driver's license, the government at various levels has your information. Furthermore, on the point of Elon Musk ran PayPal. 70% of American adults use PayPal. He's got your information. Him personally, from his private business, not even from the government. So what does that mean? The government, she doesn't want the government to have your personal information. Then she realizes that doesn't make sense. So she starts babbling about my personal stuff. Then she says she's losing constitutional rights. What constitutional right? She's saying foreigners are losing their constitutional rights. They don't even have constitutional rights because they're not American citizens. When we deport some foreigner who's here on a visa, we're not violating their rights. They have no right to be here. The visa is a privilege. So that doesn't make any sense. And then she says they're losing their right to free speech. But the liberals are the ones who rightly point out that even free speech has limits on it. And by the way, the illegal aliens and the people here who are on a guest visa and all the rest of the foreigners don't have the same constitutional rights that we do. And some absolute right to free speech, which even American citizens don't have. Nothing she said makes any sense at all. And I find this to be true with the left, usually, and especially right now, because the left right now is rudderless. The left has no leader. There is no leader to the Democrat Party. Who's the leader? Kamala? No. Obama? Not anymore. He might have been. Joe Biden? Remember him? I'm not even joking. I kind of forgot about Joe Biden. Tim Walz, is he the leader? Gavin Newsom? There is no leader for the Democrats right now. And so they're even more ambiguous in what they're after than usual. But the left broadly, they don't make strong arguments. They don't make persuasive appeals to people. They just have kind of vague insinuations of corruption. There's so much more to say. First, though, go to expressvpn.com/Michael Knowles Show. Do you trust your internet service provider? Probably you shouldn't. Depending on where you live, ISPs may be required to keep logs of your online activity just in case the government wants to take a peek. In the US, it's even worse. ISPs can legally sell your browsing history to whomever they want. The solution is to get a VPN. The VPN I use is ExpressVPN. It is an app that reroutes my online traffic through encrypted servers so my ISP cannot access it. Neither can data brokers or other third parties. I love ExpressVPN because I'm a Luddite, okay? I travel, I'm not like the kids these days, so great with computers. So for me, my phone, my tablet, my computer, I just click that button, turn ExpressVPN on. I don't need to worry about it. People trying to get my financial information, people trying to, the government agencies looking in on what kind of political stuff you're doing. Go to ExpressVPN right now. Tap one button, you're connected, super easy. expressvpn.com/Michael Knowles Show. But notice there, even in that long diatribe, she doesn't directly accuse Trump of anything with evidence. She's not talking about anything tangible. Democrats weren't talking about very much that was tangible. Other than abortion, they didn't really talk about anything tangible in the election. Maybe that's why they lost. One last point before I move on from The View, but this pertains to the problem of the Democrats not having any leadership. Chuck Schumer, Democrat leader in the Senate, just went on The View to take his lickings because he's come to a deal to continue to operate the government. A lot of left-wing Democrats are very upset with this. Here are the ladies of The View representing the Democrat base attack Schumer for caving to Trump.
And why?
Okay. So look, I knew it was a difficult choice, and I knew that I'd get a lot of criticism for my choice. But I felt as a leader I had to do it. Here's why. The CR bill was bad, no question. And it allowed a slush fund, which allowed money to be pushed around.
Explain it for the people who don't know what
There's
CR means.
CR means continue the government spending.
Right.
A shutdown, the alternative is cut off the government spending. The government shutdown works like this. All government spending is stopped, all. And then the executive branch, Trump, Musk, Doge, and this really evil man people don't know about, Vote, who's head of OMB, his name is Vote.
What's OMB? What does OMB mean?
OMB is the Office of Management Budget, which determines the spending. And they could cut off anything they want simply by saying it's not essential. And here's the second part that's maybe just as bad. There's no exit strategy. How do you get out of a shutdown? Guess who determines it? Trump, Musk, Doge. They're the only ones.
Say what you will about Chuck Schumer. He's a pretty smart guy. He's wrong about a lot of things, but he's pretty smart. He definitely raised the IQ in that room when he went on The View. And he's trying to explain, as if talking to children, to these hostesses of The View, why he, as the leader of the Democrats, was willing to take the political hit to agree with Trump and the Republicans in Congress on the continuing resolution. And he says, you think I did this because I thought people would be happy with me? No. You think I did this because I wanted to be yelled at for 2 weeks? No. But I had no alternative. I didn't have the cards. What Schumer is explaining here is what Trump explained to Zelensky in the Oval Office. He said, you don't have the cards. You do not have the cards. You are not in a position to be making the kind of demands that you're making. There is no way out. There's no way for you to enforce your will on Vladimir Putin. Schumer's saying that to the ladies of The View. He says, Democrats don't have any cards. So if we shut down the government, guess what we would be doing? We'd be giving more power to President Trump. And especially now that he's got Elon Musk in there trying to rip apart the corruption in the federal government, and especially in the executive branch, they would have a field day. We would be handing them a victory on a silver platter. And Chuck Schumer is totally right about that. But his own party can't understand it. His own party can't understand that they were totally routed in November. They lost the whole government. The Republicans have unified government, and furthermore, the Republicans have a mandate to govern. Trump campaigned on all this stuff with all these people, including Elon Musk, and he won the popular vote. And Chuck Schumer, say what you will about him, he's got a good political gut, he's a good political analyst, and he has to go on The View and explain to Democrats, guys, you don't understand. We lost everything. That was a great clip. Now stop, ring the bell, subscribe. We'll see you next time.